Good morning and welcome to another engine run at beautiful Pickett, Wisconsin on the 21st day of June 2026, which is two special days. It's the summer solstice, longest day of the year, and it's Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to everybody. On the stand today I've got an HB 61 engine, not HP, HB Bravo 61 engine that I just ran for the first time. I don't know that it was its first time running, but I ran it for the first time on glow fuel and it ran quite well. Now I'm going to put a little bit of swamp juice fuel through this engine and see how it does with that. So the propeller I'm using today, first let me talk about the weather. It's beautiful. You can look at the weather widget, it's beautiful. I've got an APC 11.8 prop on here, and I'm going to be starting off with an OS A3 plug, or a number 6 plug. And obviously I'm going to be using the latest generation of swamp juice. Any of those of you that are new here don't know what swamp juice is, I've got a playlist called Swamp Juice, a Fuel Alternative. I highly recommend you go back there, go to that playlist, look at at least the very first 1 or 2 videos and get an idea of what it is, why I'm doing this, and where it comes from. And one of those videos, there's links to the website. I'm not going to go into explaining everything about swamp juice and all that kind of stuff in this video because I've done it many times already. So the information's there, go back and look for it. So with all that said, let's do a run here with this swamp juice fuel and see how this older style engine runs under these conditions. Okay, so I'm going to have to force prime this engine because for whatever reason it doesn't draw fuel on its own, even though it runs fine. That was explained in the earlier video. Apparently 1 click more than it cared for. So I am still in the learning curve here of using this swamp juice fuel, and there's just a learning curve, put it that way. Yeah, it bumps there really good. Okay, so that was a successful run. I mean, the engine runs pretty well. I'll say pretty well on that fuel. I still am having some blocks mentally with how to tune or dial in the low speed. Because Garrett, the inventor of swamp juice fuel, is always telling me, run it much richer, set the low speed much richer than you would with traditional glow fuel. And that's what I have been doing. And maybe it works fine. It's just different. I'm not used to some of the erratic operation that I'm hearing. And Garrett is actually distributing this fuel to club members at his club, and they're loving it. And he's been flying with this fuel with several different engines all season, and he's loving it. I mean, he says he gets phenomenal flight times on a small amount of fuel, and he's never had a dead stick, and it's always just run perfectly. So he's got more direct experience flying airplanes with several different engines on his fuel than I have probably running it on the stand. Now, there's a big difference between running it on the stand and flying with it. And basically what I'm doing when I'm running it on the stand is I'm basically just providing him with some data on feasibility of different types of engines. I'm not attempting to tune these things for flight because I don't have it in an airplane. I am been trying to tune them for the stand, which is what I am best at. And I still don't think I've got it down right because I want, you know, an instantaneous transition. I want a nice stable idle. I don't want it to be fluctuating, or at least see the readout on my tachometers fluctuating, whether the idle's really fluctuating or not, because there's some lag time there. So I guess personally, I think the fuel is viable, is very viable for an alternative if you want a fuel at fraction of the cost of what glow fuel is currently selling for. It runs, as proof on these videos that I've been doing, it runs on various types of engines. There is a different tuning methodology that takes place. I had that high-speed needle set for glow fuel, and it was way too lean. Way too lean for this fuel in this blood combination because it was dying right away. And I opened it up probably a good quarter to half a turn to get a nice 11,000 RPM, which might even be very close to what it was running with glow fuel, peak RPM, and it sounded great. It sounded great at full throttle. It's the low speed and the transition that I am personally having some difficulties with. But if Garrett is not having difficulties with that on the flight line in an airplane, that's all that really matters, because the last thing you want is the plane to be on takeoff and it dies, because then you're kind of screwed. You got a dead stick really quickly. And if he's not having that experience, hey, wonderful. That's the best thing that you can have, is fuel that's reliable on takeoff. Now, you can have a dead stick up in the air. Who cares? I mean, you just fly it down. Big deal. Dead sticks on takeoff, or flame outs as you would call them, on takeoff is a big problem. He's not telling me that he's having that issue. I think that I could be seeing that issue here on the stand, but, you know, it's a totally different thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, Garrett. I hope you're getting some good data and information on these runs, and have a wonderful Father's Day.